Eating crow. Ravens fall to 3-3. October crow. It don't taste too well, man. It's a bitter taste, man. It's a bitter taste. Congrats to the Green Bay Packers. Their fans, man. They got fans there from fucking Canada, man. Y'all travel well. Aaron Rodgers. I know, man, it was tough in that game, but you played very well. I mean, these guys were reserves and they were playing great, man. Receiving core. Because Cobb and Jones were out. The run game, Eddie Lacy and company looked good. The offensive line, at times it was holding up. Their defense played phenomenal, especially A.J. Hawk. And it's funny because I said in week 1, the Broncos weren't going to do shit against the team, the Baltimore Ravens, because they were without Elvis Dumervil, Von Miller, Champ Bailey. They came out with reserves and beat us. Same with the Bills, reserves and beat us. Minus Clay Matthews, they still defense played hella good. Each team, the Ravens more, of course, gave up at times. Some plays that they held in the red zone very well, but they gave up some plays they shouldn't have. Of course, with Baltimore's defense, the blown coverage with Jordy Nelson, he went down the field and got the touchdown. The Ravens' red zone defense, though, however, hold up pretty damn good, man. All game long, they played very well, holding on the field goals. The defense itself, again, except for that first drive, the Ravens' defense played well. Now, towards the end, they lost that fire. They just lost that fire and it burned out. And you could see that. It was just burning down, and it wasn't enough to hold on. You can question a little bit more than you want to. I don't know. I mean, they do need to improve. The run defense needs to be improved. I mean, there's an old saying out there, let them bend it. He got, I think, 100-plus yards, Eddie Lacy. But don't let them break it. Don't let them in the end zone. The Ravens didn't give up 3-4 touchdowns. And that run game was definitely capable of doing that if the run defense for the Ravens would have slacked off. Or the red zone defense. Like I said, man, you got to give a shout-out to them. Definitely Green Bay, man. Give a big shout-out to them. We're eating crow for you guys. Ravens offense, now I'll give you two critical things. Going forward on fourth down, it is what it is. I mean, I didn't agree with it, but what can you do? The one that really bothered me, though, was the aggressiveness they tried to have towards the end of the first half, throwing it on third and long, and it was like, why, man? Why don't you just run out the clock, get the ball back? They stripped. Of course, Mason Crosby missed the field goal. Then they stripped the ball from Flacco, got in the red zone, and got the field goal closer. It was like 30-something yards, and they got it. So, I mean, that's what bothered me. The Ravens offense, man, they're still trying to find the identity to the Baltimore Ravens offense. Look, I've said it before, when we got Jacoby back, we get better. And we got better on offense, I think. Jacoby made a huge play downfield, maybe playing well on special teams. Dawes played well. Marlon Brown. And when I say well, I give an extent to that. I don't mean MVP well, but they didn't play horrible to an extent. Torrey Smith was kind of a ghost in the game. Packers defense really tried to control him. Backfield for the Packers stepped up, and they were kind of depleted. Sort of like the Broncos and the Bills. That was funny because we lost both of those games. The Flacco, man, I don't know what to say about Flacco, man. Flacco, I love him, but I'm not sure what to say. No interceptions. But not, I'm not sitting here saying bench him. But the offense definitely needs to find some identity to them. What are they? When you hear NFL analysis, they're sitting there saying, they don't believe the Ravens will score 30 points. It bothers you, but it's true. Ravens, they're even by these teams that we should beat, they're getting beat up on. Ravens just cannot get the offense going this year. When we get Dennis Pitta back, we're going to get a lot better. But it's still not enough to win games. It's still not enough to win playoff games. Ravens are going to be they're going to go into, week 7. They'll go into the bye week. They'll go into week 8, 9, 10, whatever, and be one of these teams that, you just never know. You can't predict them. They're going to win. They could beat a hell of a good football team, a good franchise. Next week, lose to somebody that they shouldn't win or shouldn't lose against. So, the Ravens need to find identity on offense. The one thing that's bothering me is just the flatness of it. There's no uniqueness. And I know some people say, oh yeah, no, there's no uniqueness to the Ravens offense. And I want to see more of that. The offensive line, Monroe made us a lot better left tackle, but the center fell apart again. Giving up plays, and it's giving up. The defensive plays, the sacks. A.J. Hawk had 3 of them on Joe Flacco. And at times, like I said, just like Aaron Rodgers, Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers, both kind of similar games, they had these sparks. The defenses were playing hella good. They were having these sparks of greatness. And if the good play, the deep down play to Jordy Nelson, the deep down throw to Jacoby Jones, a couple hits off to Ray Rice, to Torrey Smith, the run plays downfield with Bernard Peterson, Ray Rice, and it was just these sparks of aggressiveness but it wasn't like, it was like, they got a couple punches in, but then got knocked on their ass. Same with the Packers. But at the end of the day, the Packers are the ones that got it because they played that smart football. They settled for the field goals. They got in the red zone more to get the field goals, and they played a little bit more aggressive on offense, and their defense really stepped up. And it's sad, man. It hurts. I'm not going to sit here and lie. It hurts. I don't like losses. We fall to 3-3. We're now second in the AFC North, I think, behind the Browns. I don't know, or in front of the Browns. Bengals are now first place AFC North. We play the Steelers next week, and we're going to Pittsburgh. We got to get better because we lose to these Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I don't know what the hell to tell you. They won today. They beat the Jets, but they're still a garbage franchise. And it's the first time I've ever done hate week against the Pittsburgh Steelers that we're both sitting here like, really? I mean, seriously. Besides the hate that we have for each other, we're just sitting here like, we both fucking suck right now. Of course, Steelers are a little bit worse than the Ravens, but we just both fucking suck ass right now. I'm not gonna sit here and pat him on the back, the Baltimore Ravens, say great job, man, because he didn't do a good job. There was sparks of greatness. The defense played well, but I can't even sit here and say defense and offense. You guys get the award for nah. Just because you had some good moments, and I don't care if it was 3 quarters, 2 quarters, 4 quarters, you guys didn't play phenomenal Baltimore Ravens football at home, which you should have done. I'm not going to sit here like some people and blame the refs and say we should fire John Harbaugh and bench Joe Flacco and start up Tyrod Taylor and bring back Kyle Bowler and maybe re-sign Billy Cundiff. I'm not, some people are out there saying the most ridiculous shit. You see it on message boards. I've seen it on Facebook and Twitter today that you'll ever see in your life. They're upset. I can see it. And other people are out there just clapping and say, "Hey, we did a great job. We got within that winning range. We just couldn't push it through." And there's a lot of reasons for that. It wasn't just one person. It was a team effort. Definitely need to change something here on offense, and defense needs to play harder at the end. Definitely. There's no doubt about it. And we got the Steelers next week, and wait and see. Congrats to the one out there, Packers Revolution, and then shout out to Matt Ogden. So, and then also to True Pack 1. It's your boy Joe. Be more Ravens online. Eating crow. And it sucks.